This is part 2 of the Shrunken Head. Hi, I'm Brian Adam, and we're going to show you where we are this time on this little guy right here. Let's take a look. To continue doing this project, you're going to need some tape, some epoxy, part 1 and 2. Okay, so here's what it looks like after I put fiberglass resin on it. I'm going to take a piece of paper, I'm going to start cutting like corners like here, and corners like here, like right in this section, and gluing them on. The next part down would be like a piece like this, would be glued on. And how I'm doing that is the whole back would get a wood glue covering and then applied on. The layers are being added on here. Here I have put 2 coats of fiberglass over the whole head. What we're going to do is we're going to put epoxy on it. All the little dips and everything, we're just going to kind of bring it up to the higher part of the head, where the higher areas up here, and then once we get that epoxy on the whole thing and it dries, we're going to put another thin coat of epoxy over the whole head, so that way we have a solid base to work with, and then we can start sculpting, kind of creating our character. So here's what the head looks like right now. I just did a small amount of epoxy, the PC7, and I've just put it over a little part of the head. We're just going to let that dry first, and then we'll be adding more later. Okay, so now you can see the epoxy has been put over the whole entire head. Now what we're going to do is, and you can see this is what it looks like on the inside. Now what we're going to do is, if you can kind of see it, see there's kind of highs on one side of the head and lows on the other side of the head. And to get a good foundation, what we're going to do is you're going to build out the sides that are low so that they match with the opposite side. And you're just going to, like I said, just small amounts of epoxy going to be added to overall so that both sides match. And the inside here, the paper that you have, that's kind of a support. There's 4 pieces on that. Those can be removed now. I'm talking about these pieces right here, this part and the one down below it. We're going to be putting, pouring some fiberglass resin inside the head to make it a little bit thicker and stronger. On my figure, now that everything kind of matches up on both sides equally, this is, like I said, just tape. You could use whatever color type tape you want. This is the painter's tape. And this little piece right here, this is a piece of tape that is cut the same length as these. And you want to make them, the eyes, just about an eye distance away from each other. So like I said, this comes off. And so that's where I'm going to lay the eyes at. So I can mark it. Okay, so now that I've got the eyes where I want them to be, I am using a permanent marker and marking on the outside of the tape where I want my epoxy to apply to start making the eyes. We're going to take this epoxy and then kind of ball it up and use this for the under eye. Once you put the lower lids on, let it sit overnight and dry. And then what you want to do is kind of play with the epoxy a little bit and kind of get it to kind of lift like that, like in a kind of snake. And that's what we're going to put on the over the eye. Just kind of, when you're going to put it on the eye, it's going to be kind of like this, and set it down like that over the upper part of the eye, and then you just like lightly tap it, but get it shape. And then we're coming back and doing the second half here. We're going to let that dry now. And then once you do that, pat the eyes down, the upper layer that you just put in, so that you get it to be shaped like that. Okay. Okay, so here it is out in the sun to get an idea. Here's the upper eyelids that I've put on so far. And then what we're going to do is put a whole bunch of epoxy on the top part, around the eyes, and where the nose area is, so we can start working with this. So now you can see that I've shaped it in a little bit more. Hey, and as always, if you like what you saw today, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave comments down below. I can always respond to you that way. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.